Здравейте, здравейте, момци, аз съм Джимер, а това би трябвало да е епизод 59 от поредицата ми на Здравейте, Inquisition. Продължаваме там, откъдето бяхме стигнали. Както може би забелязвате, ние сме с ето това костюмче. Това е защото сме стартирали играта без модове, тъй като срещахме известни проблеми. Трябва да дойдем тук и да видим какво ще се случи този път.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Започваме без модове, да цъкаме, не от сега нататък, но този епизод ще е поне без модове, тъй като тук, когато седнах на трона миналия път, когато се опитах да запиша този епизод, накрая стана черен екран и не успяхме да преминем през този сегмент. Ще повторя всичко както си беше, но тя е мъртва.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Има прецедент.
Strangely enough, something similar happened to an uncle of Emperor Leandra II. His trade routes were returned to the reigning monarch. Why don't we just follow suit?
A wise choice. Thank you for making it swiftly.
Ето този черен екран тук миналия път, така не ми се махна. Добре, важното, че ние този път преминахме през този момент. Сега първо ще отидем при масата, да поставяме нови задачи на нашите съветници. Ще преминем първо от там, няма да се бава, тъй като вече веднъж бях и съм прочел всичките документи тук и доклади. Така и директно ги поставям нашите компаньони така, както ги бях разпределил миналия път. Така, тук изпратихме Джозефин. А някъде тук изпратихме Къла. Ето тук. Щеше ми се да ги изпратя на някакви задачи, които са около час. Час и малко продължителност, но за жалост нямаме такива. Имаме все повече и една единствена, която е по-малка. Продължителност. Като...
The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letien's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was en masse, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
Като идеята на тези задачи около час беше да, докато цъкаме те да се изпълнят и преди да приключим епизода, да пуснем нови задачки. Но ще се задоволим и с по-дълги такива. Така. Поне не беше скучно.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
No, I should think not. I must confess, when Celine was killed, my first reaction wasn't sorrow. It was disappointment. How could the Empress of Orlais be taken in by the Duchess's plot?
Била безотговорна.
Celine sacrificed her safety
Невнимателна
for
по-точно.
politics.
The blade at her back certainly proved sharper than the knives at her throat. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Да, но нашия танц най-много ми хареса.
My favorite moment of the evening is still our waltz in the garden.
I could have danced with you for hours. We must do it again sometime. I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevara. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Значи сме ги впечатлили.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
Така. Ти какво би направил?
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
Какво представлява крал Маркс?
What sort of man is the king of Nevara?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Nevara.
Касандра да подкрепи ли?
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Защо Радонас има нужда от нас?
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Какво представлява Архона?
Tell me about Redanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, he's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly skilled mage. Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Ще помогнем на Невара. Поради две причини. Първо, не харесвам Тевинтър, в смисъл такъв концепцията за Тевинтър не ни е много ясна така или иначе, знаем малко неща за нея, по същия начин и за Невара. Но като цяло не ми харесва концепцията за Тевинтър. И другото нещо е, че този пич е някакъв родственик на Касандра, така че
Inform King Marcus the
макар и
Inquisition
стар.
will wipe the Venatori from his borders.
Very well. It will be done.
Тевинтър аз си ги представям като Орлей, само че магиосниците са отгоре. Отгоре, разбирате, контролират страната.
A pleasure.
Нека поговорим за нас, няма да прекарваме време заедно, защото ще отидем в градината, няма смисъл.
Goodbye.
Това знам, направи го миналия път. Преди ми се прецака епизода сега. От тук насетне всичко е ново. Аз реших този епизод да обиколиме и да говорим с всички компаньони. Това оръжие сигурно е ненужно. Да. Добре, тук всичко е ненужно. Не вярвам дори на сера, който ние не сме го сменяли, както сме ни го дали, да е толкова зле. Да. Няма как. Нещо евентуално тук, но... Бойни някакви. Вече гледаме. Има интересна маска, това е добре. Не можем да дадем на някого. 6 скънинг. Скънинг 6 за стилите. Не, по ми хареса. В смисъл, 68 кръв колко е? Не е нищо, кой знае какво. Но все вярвам, че има някой с тъпа каска. Я да видим. Пълен абсурд. Десет текстилити. Не ме кеф как му седи. Добре. Добре, всичко е за продаване. Само ще минем да продадеме. Да си изчистим инвентара набързо. И да видим с тези наши приятели. Тук има ли нещо, какво да си кажем? Това колко оръжия сме
Then
събрали?
his mightier, Inquisitor.
Няма какво да си кажем с тебе. Сигурно с тебе няма да има какво да си кажем.
It'll be wonderful.
Да.
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
Така и така днес се занимава само с компаньоните и няма да ходим някъде друга, да можем да се позанимаваме малко и с декора на замъка ни. Ще сложим инквизиторските неща. Сложим едно обикновено легло. Ще сложим тия... Мога да сложим драконовете. Не, ще сложим тия... Аз мисля, че имаме повече неща, а то нямаме кой знае какви работи. Ще сложим тия да ги видим, просто че ми е интересно. О, драконовата глава. Ще я махнем и ще сложим... Какво да сложим? Basic, не. Айде, тия ще ги сложим. И ще ги редуваме нагоре. Да сложим такъв трон да го видим. И ще сложим инквизиторските прозорци. Нямаме много декори, аз мисля, че имаме повече неща. Трябва да видя как се взимат. Стана такова мешана скара. Поне столете са по-хубави от старите.
Inquisitor.
Stone man, Inquisitor.
Do you have any insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Here you go, Inquisitor. I wrote up some thoughts. Hope it adds to the effort.
Добре, събрали сме една
I
мозайка.
need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Някой ти е прибирал паричките, пата. Някакво опитаме за Холк, да видим дали има нещо много лично.
Talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined to...
Не.
No.
Аз предполагам, че тук специално вътре няма да има с кого да си говориме, защото вече... Викам къде изчезна това. Здрасти,
There are
братленица.
spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
Радвам се, че ти харесва.
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen. In any event, Gaspard should be a steadfast ally, especially after delivering him both Celine and Briala.
Съдбата на Бриала ще е проблем ли?
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No? Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Добре, съгласен съм.
You're not defined by the shape of your ears. They're not your people.
No, they are not. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Brialla did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
Аз съм сигурен как да го преведа.
Brialla had a perfect plan. If you wanted everyone to kill each other.
Цяло не го направил добре.
Avoid that. She could have focused on actual threats.
Easy to say. Harder to remember when few people can see you, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.
Нещо друго можем да си кажем? Не, това са такива
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
стари приказки. Стари приказки, които когато усетя, че ми намирисва на край, ще им премина през всички. Компаньони ще си ги преговорим.
Marvelous business, the Winter
Но за
Palace.
сега няма смисъл.
An empress dead, her replacement in your pocket. A charming fellow, though still a bit of a thug. All this dancing, politics and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Радвам се, че мога да ти помогна.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home, just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
Разкажи ми за Алексис.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Но,
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son.
shit.
I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. And the guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
Съжалявам.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
Аз смятам, че се чувства виновен.
I don't think that's it. You felt guilty because you couldn't help him.
Clever you. I had a choice, you see. Wallow in self-pity or get away while I could. At any rate, he's dead now. More's the pity.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Така. Сега пробваме пак. Чокай бебата. Спри се.
The
Обърни се.
Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Това е. Стига сме си говорили. Това е достатъчно. Вивиан. Да. О, и с нея имаме някакви приказки.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Давай.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
Кажи ми за този явер.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
Ние сме били други преди. Това е тази формула?
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private, That is all there is to say.
Няма да ми кажеш.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
Защо искаш моята помощ?
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
Добре, ще ти помогна.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Ако искаш и бющо да го донеса. Нещо
I
друго?
always have time for you, my dear.
Friends, така. Не, няма какво много да си кажем с нея.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyland's present state.
Супер, чао.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
The new Emperor has allowed us access to his own private collection.
О, колко
I
яко.
hear he has a copy of an obscene book penned about divine Beatrix II. Isn't that exciting?
Така получихме бонус денч срещу демони.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor.
Да,
Never
бях забравил за
thought the
тази
idea would gain
част.
momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the sunburst throne.
Но ти какво искаш?
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Мога да й помогна. Можеш да напуснеш кораба или остави чантрито да потъне. Особено е. По-скоро ще предложим да й помогнем.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Gorifius wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Въпреки, че църквата са мизерници в момента и въпреки, че се опитаха да ни прецакат началото,
Message from Divine Justinia.
прекалено много хора разчитат на църквата, не можем да оставим. И плюс това не винаги е лошо. Например, в Dragon Age Origins там нещата бяха окей. Опитвам се да сета територията. Но за жалост нещо не мога да сета как се казваше. Но иначе е територията, която Ярл Иман контролира. Добра ли си?
That's a shock. You're all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Какво намери?
Do you know what you're looking for?
The divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Аз те инструктирам, не тя. Това малко тъпо ми звучи. Но все пак ще го
You
кажа.
take your instructions from me. What sort of help can a dead divine give you?
I don't know.
Тъпо ми
Perhaps
звучи в
something to do
принцип.
with a
Като...
chantry.
О,
Or
добре.
it could be personal. She guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a divine and as a friend. There are days when I still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
Защо Валенс?
Why hide things in Valence? What's
Валанс.
so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
От каквото имаш нужда? Значи искаш да напуснеш.
Is this you asking permission to leave for a bit?
Well, yes. I can't imagine I'll be away from my post for very long, and I was hoping you would agree to come with me. Will you at least consider it? One
Естествено.
more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay. Yes?
Ти си доста добре свързана.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
Разкажи ми за Мориган.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people. Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He seems so normal, like any other little boy, and so polite. Not that I was expecting anything else. I mean, never mind.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Този разговор бях малко разседнат, тя да ви говореше, защото опитвам се все така се казваше територията на Вярвал Иван. И не мога. Почнах такъв мисли, Остигар, не. Денерим, не. Оземар, не. Сърков, и това е единствената територия, която не мога да се сета. Адамант не е, нали смисъл. И не мога да сета. Някой път е така. Така, тук говорихме с всички от тази страна, сега вече можем да дойдем тук. Тук да видим с кой можем да говорим. Да, само да отидем да му пуснем на къла новата задачка, защото те 9 минути трябва да си изтекли от отдавна. Поне така си мисля. Се е минало много време. Пусти права. Къмън беше в Орлей. Няма го изпращаме да танцува той.
I have requests for information on your
стресната е.
lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Така,
Inquisitor.
изпращаме го да върши работа и той. Още не мога да се сета. Още се опитвам и не мога да се сета. И това е най-тъпто, защото съм сигурен, че го знам. Инквизитор.
O Creator, see me kneel, for I walk only where you would bid me. Stand only in places you have blessed.
Good.
Sing only the words
I am glad
you
that
place
issue
in
has
my
been
throat.
resolved.
As you
Няма
were.
какво много да си кажем с нея. Мога да си говорим с мама Жизел.
Say you banished the demons at Adamant and freed the Grey Warden mages. I understand from Sister Liliana that the truth is somewhat more complex, but no less extraordinary. She said that you spoke with a figure in the Fade that seemed to be the soul of divine Justinia. I
Всички ви знаеш, че сме
suspect
били
many of
в
the faithful would like to
The
know what
Fade.
Justinia told you.
Ще кажем, че сме научили истината или че не можем да кажем. Научили
He
сме
helped me
истината.
remember what happened at the conclave. The Maker didn't give me the mark on my hand. I was struck in battle. And Andraste didn't send me. The figure everyone saw was divine Justinia.
So it is as you have always maintained. You must feel quite vindicated.
Прави го по-лесно.
I'm relieved to have any worries about Andraste or the Maker put aside. This is now a battle of mortals and magic. One we can win.
Then I will save my own ruminations upon faith and belief, and simply pray for your success, Inquisitor. It is wise that you do not let what happened in the Fade spread, however. Some would not understand. Now, is there anything I can help you with?
Как са ни
Can
хората?
you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
Как са хората в Skyhold?
How are our forces at Skyhold doing?
We have many injured. The siege of Adamant was brutal for all involved. Even so, more flocked to
Добре,
your
поне тук
banner.
говорим за Адамант.
They have heard that the Inquisition defeated the legendary Grey Wardens. Your soldiers have been blooded, Inquisitor. They are veterans now. An army in more than just name.
Как са хората ни
Do you have
навсякъде
information
другаде?
on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. With the rift near Crestwood sealed, the villagers have begun rebuilding their homes and lives.
Супер.
The people in the hills of Emprise de Lyon are safe again, thanks to you. They may even plant crops this season. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Чао, чао.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Така. Тук с някой си говориме. Тук, нея.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt
Ти?
and the
Inquisitor.
wicked and do not falter. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
Тук.
Inquisitor?
Тук ни докара Мориган, за да ни закара в
Who wander in sin, despairing that they are lost forever.
местото, където ни закара. Ще я кажа света на сънищата, обаче не е. Някъде измежду реалността и света на сънищата е. Ти какво правиш в храста, бе?
It's good to know we're doing something worthwhile.
Интересно, че не беше сам. Ето, от тук се е вградил в...
Good to see you again, Inquisitor.
От тук се е вградил в това. В пейката, ама.
We train when time allows.
Та врата мога ли да отворим? Май не, нали? Не. Добре, айде да поговорим с Мориган.
You're the Inquisitor.
А ти си сина на Лордена. Краля на Ферелдан.
Mother didn't say you were Canary.
Аз съм конари, да. Не е съвсем.
I'm told it's the first thing one notices about me.
I noticed your blood. It doesn't belong to your people.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
Пепето изглежда доста странно, помежду другото, но не се правя, че той е нещо.
My son. Never where you expect him to be.
Не е точно човек. Това е твой син.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad, perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Къде е бащата?
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
Малко е странен. Малко е странен.
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special lad. It falls to me to protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
Ти знаеш за Skyhold?
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarasalan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
Аз доста си го харесвам това место.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Мерси.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Интересно, но миналия път, когато разцъквах, тя спомена кой е бащата на детето, нали?
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
И можехме си говорим малко за Лордена. Но сега това го няма като опция. Какви си мислят ти за Инквизицията?
Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
Абе да си го признаме. Лилиана, Джозефин и Кълна са тези, които правят инквизицията това, което е. Първо трябва да го победим. И най-вече Лилиана.
The world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
Разкажи повече за себе си.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
Ти си отцепник от магиосницата.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Защо съвета на Орлей?
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane and that I could answer questions no chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor and she my benefactor and source of refuge. The moment Celine perished, my time in court was done. I do not miss it overmuch.
Ти си била по времето на петия Blight.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
На петия скърч.
Began in the Kukari wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We were very close. It was difficult to leave him. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Разкажи ми за
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
Окей.
I leave you to the garden.
Значи все пак поговорихме малко с Ворда, но мисля, че имаше доста повече приказки, когато миналия път, когато цък. Разкажи ми за елфската история.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Има нещо друго, ще можем да изкочим от нея, но не. Добре. И продължаваме да обикаляме, да гледаме с кой още можем да си говорим. Тук мисля, че няма с кой да можем да си поговорим. Как дух ще ни издуха?
Now we're in Inquisition.
Некъв меч тук си седи. Забит. Чака да бъде изваден и използван. Добре, нищо интересно. Как искам да скоча от тук долу, ама не можем нищо. Абе, от тук можем. Тук щяхме може да си говорим с колко, ако не го бях поставили в The Fate. Ама някой трябваше да се жертва, няма как. Какво беше? Бара. Добре. Какво става, Кол? С него сме си говорили отново много време.
But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic. He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Какво се случва?
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
Това е вярно за всички.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
Ще те пазим. Спокойно.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman. Good. They will not take me.
Добре. Здрасти.
Knew you couldn't stay away.
Нещо ново?
Going on?
Not much. Usual. Nice of you to ask.
I should go.
Така. Нещо ново? Сте? Има да си кажем? Как мога да използвам?
A few Orlesian nobles didn't like how things ended at the Winter Palace. They're not rebelling outright, but they brought in mercenary companies in preparation. The Charters have a good reputation. If we go in, we can buy the companies out from underneath them. The nobles will lose the men they met for causing trouble, and the Inquisition gets some fresh blood.
Супер. Получихме нова задачка. О, тук има някакви... Какво става, брат? Как е мора? Някакви слухове?
But learning about his servants has affected how people view him. I think negatively.
As you were.
Arrows strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor.
Това е песен за Сара.
And she knew just how to use them. She would always always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep you away. She's a rogue and a thief and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her away. She's a rogue and a thief and she'll tempt your fate.
From
Excellent.
Haven's fire come we, the able true. To Skyhold now, a fortress strong and free. We rally with our hero born anew.
Значи...
Inquisitor, there's none as brave as he. A perfect start, except... No, it needs work.
Значи можем да говорим с нея.
A title hard to rhyme. A challenge for another day, I think. Forgive me my distractions, Eminence. I'm overwhelmed by you and what you've done. My name is МОРИГАН, a humble bard.
Как мога да помогна?
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
Или как мога да помогнеш?
You know well, the power of a muse to rally hearts and minds. Inquisitor, I want to spread the word of what you've done. A small but vital role. Perhaps I'll also make a coin or two.
Супер. Ти си бард.
Are you a bard, like those of Orlais?
Oh, heavens no. I'm a minstrel first. My weapon is a cutting tongue, not blades. I hope my skills will help in some small way, if only I can give your deeds their due.
Супер.
Carry on then.
Oh, I will do my best, Inquisitor.
Почва обаче вече ми се доспива. Трябва да поговорим с всичките ни компаньони в рамките на този епизод.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Това не трябва ли да е лично?
You want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
Какво е в това
What did the
съобщение?
letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition. Joining forces.
Заинтересован
That
съм.
could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big warships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water.
Да, явно ще има нещо лично.
They're worried about
Все
shipping the
пак.
smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
Те какво предлагат?
What does this alliance really get us?
Миналия път
They
не бях
wouldn't use the word
заинтересован.
alliance if they didn't mean it. Naval power. More Ben Hasrath reports. Qunari soldiers pointed at the Venatori. It could do a lot of good.
Нещо нередно?
You don't seem entirely happy about this.
No, I'm good. It's... I'm used to them being over there. It's been a while.
Не искаш да се разпространяват.
I thought Qunari wanted to extend their reach to the whole world.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd see it. Look, the Qun answers a lot of questions. It's a good life for a lot of people. But it's a big change. And a lot of folks here wouldn't do so well under that kind of life. I guess it's not like we're converting. This is just us joining forces against Corypheus. On that front, I think we're good.
Ще го направя.
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Colin and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
Да видим какво ще стане, че ми е интересно. В крайна сметка, ако се наложи, ще ги изритаме. Не знам колко си яки да е. Не знаме много за тях. Както и за повечето. Както и за тези, за The Winter, така и за аварите. Въобще. Въобще за повечето политически сили в тази игра нямаме никаква идея. This is the queue, you don't get everyone tipping on each other dicks while the country goes to crap. Да, съгласен, политиката е скапана работа.
How you doing? See you later, Bo.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I'm running drills. They're drinking and pay better.
One for the Empress, for Gaspard, Briala, the Duchess, and Caritas, right in the dangle bag.
Напомни ми да не те ядосвам.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. And a total arse, too. I thought Gaspard was tired of that game, but he settled in real easy. Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
Направихме важно
We
решение.
decided the course of a nation. I think it was worthwhile.
Right, Orlais will never be the same. Except for everything they say and do. Ugh, you know the most important thing I got out of all of that mess? The one thing? Don't sleep with empresses. That's what that was all about. That and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
Техните грешки го направиха по-лошо или Гаспард ще сложи край на това? Гаспард ще сложи край на
It's
това.
over with Gaspard in charge.
Right, because that was all the plan and not dumb luck. Dumb luck named you. Watch out, yeah. The hole in the sky didn't start their war. Stupid people did that. Still going to be plenty of those after Corypheons is dead.
Права си.
Love seeing you, yeah?
Я да разпитаме. Какво мислиш за нашия прогрес?
Are things playing out the way you expected?
About time we turned around on this Coryphe whatever. Make him feel like he's on the wrong end of the dogs for once, yeah?
Corypheus.
Coryphinus.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
Ти защо не си да се присъедини към мен?
So you like to have fun. The Inquisition seems an odd fit. Why are you really here?
What do you mean? To help people.
Изглежда, че сякаш има още.
It's starting to sound like
Още
you're
нещо.
looking for something more.
It is. Mostly. Okay, fine. There's talk and I want to see.
See what?
I don't know. I've got all this chantry stuff in my head and it makes sense, right? But it's fuzzy. I want to see if it's all really real. I just don't know if I want to really know. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
Някакво мнение за нашите съюзници?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Сега няма да разпитваме всички.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be
Няма
here.
нищо ново. Така. Има нова операция. На масата. Много нови операции ще се появят, така като гледам. Сигурно и Кълън ще ни даде някаква нова операция.
The grand ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Съгласен
That
съм.
would have made everything much simpler.
The colors were pretty, though.
Нека обсъдим
I'd
инквизицията.
like to talk with you about the Inquisition.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
Нека обсъдим Адамът.
What did you think of what happened at Adamant?
What do you want to hear?
Кажи ми за укреплението.
What did you think of the fortress itself?
It scared me before. I couldn't feel through the fear. This time it was sad. Too much pain, darkness. They die in waves against the wall, bleeding, but the blood inside is the same. No one should live there. Bad things happen.
Какво беше
You saw the divine or
свещеницата?
the spirit acting like her. What do you think she was?
Helpful.
That isn't an answer.
It was hers. Spirits aren't able to do what I do, but I can. I am me. She was her, whatever she was.
Ами ордените?
What did you think of the Grey Wardens?
They obeyed orders to hurt people they were supposed to protect. They were like the bad Templars. You should have banished them.
Беше обратно в света на
She seemed
сънищата.
to be uncomfortable in the Fade.
Yes, wrought, right and rigid. Can't relax, can't release. Shouldn't have been there like that. Like looking at a picture of yourself, but you're a picture too. I wanted to flit, fly, flow back to freedom, but frozen instead, frightened. Not like that. It should be like me.
Кошмара говореше ли с теб?
The nightmare said terrible things to all of us. You included.
It said it was like me. No, I was like it. Worse, a lie, twisted to hurt, unless it isn't. I help the hurt, then make them forget, so I fly free. It steals their fear, gloating, gluttonous. I don't make them forget for me. It's for them, easier for them, but it's for me too, so I can wash clean. I'm not like it. I'm not. I'm me. And if I'm not, you'll stop me. You'll kill me.
Да, ще убия.
If you start hurting innocent people, I'll kill you.
Good.
Знам, че това иска да чуя.
Was wrong. But that was when I didn't know. I can't not know again. No one gets hurt because of me. Please.
Спокойно, приятелю. Ще държим под око, защото си мръднал.
She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
Нека говоря за това как мислиш.
Can you explain how your mind works?
Yes?
Обясни процеса по помагане.
Walk me through the way you help someone.
I start by listening. I hear hurt, feel it fretting. Some you can solve by giving something, food, a blanket, sleep. Some are intangible, terrible tangles that catch on a crack, fixed, festering, and the person makes a pearl of pain. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain. They can hope, they can heal.
Какво мислиш за нашите приятели?
Sometimes you say things that relate to other members of the Inquisition.
They remember me. Their eyes stick, some more. They want me to be. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear, makes me a person, calls me kid, a friend. Solus, bright and sad, observes and accepts. Spirit self, seeing the soul, Solus, but somehow sorrows.
Какво виждаш в мен?
You're too bright. Like counting birds against the sun. The mark makes you more, but past it, old blood, deeper, passion pounding, pulsing, unchecked, raw rage, but only an option. And past that, the weight of all on you. All the hopes you carry, fears you fight. You are theirs. It must be very hard. I hope I help.
Изглежда тъжен начин да бъдеш по този начин устроен.
Why? Isn't it? No. I help. I find wounds and heal them. I salve, soothe, save. I see pain and make it better. How could I not be happy?
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Откъде знаеш? Прав си, не знам.
A breath-caught smile from the enchanter as the candle lights. The walls are safe. She will never be hungry again.
Добре.
I'll talk to you later.
Няма нищо ново да си кажем с него. Да, Касандра. Добре. Хубавото нещо, че хората, с които трябва да говорим, намаляват.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra?
Че на мене вече ми се спи на куче.
If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think
Очаква да стане по-кратък епизода.
I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Нещо почва да ме дразна тия с тия червени капи. Тя притесняваше ли те?
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
Това възможно ли е въобще?
How can you and Liliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Liliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Аз защо не съм кандидат?
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Liliana or I would be any better.
Мисля си, ако бях женски герой, дали щяха да ме кандидатират мене? Кой ме пука за Чентрито? Тогава откажи.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
Наистина ли се чувстваш по този начин?
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
Така, не да убеждаваме. Тогава бъди по-добра.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
Ами Лилиана?
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
Аз мисля, че така и трябва да направи. А ти какво би променила?
What would you change about the chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
Я ви ме спешила какво ще. Добре. Че мога да й помогна. Сега имаме други притеснения.
We have more important things to worry about right now.
One day we must turn our thoughts to what comes after.
But that's not today.
I suppose that is true. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Миналото преиграване избрах Касандра да стане... Малко издавах информация. Че забравяте какво съм казал, няма си положила мисълта.
I'm trying to imagine what it will look like when we're done. All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. Andraste changed that, as did the Blights. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
Не мога да предположиш.
You don't have any ideas of your own?
I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry and that trust is respected. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. I want to right past wrongs, but not avenge them. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Звучат си прекалено идеалистични.
You don't think those things are a bit idealistic?
Once I might have. Today, I live in a time when anything seems possible.
Anything doesn't mean everything, or even something good.
That will not stop me from trying. Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
Ти ми се възхищаваш.
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do. I may not always agree with your decisions, but how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
Служа на собственото си състрадание, съвест.
I'm guided by what my conscience tells me.
Your conscience must speak more clearly than mine.
I doubt it, but I do my best.
When we first met, If someone told me I would be pleased to have you lead me, I would have throttled them. But I am. The Maker chose well.
Надявам се, че сме приятели.
I hope we can call each other friends.
I hope so too. We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here. Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Liliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
Разбира се.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Добре. Имаше много неща да говоря. Първо ще... Скажи ми за себе си.
I have some more questions.
As you wish.
Какво се случи с това, брат?
Tell me about your brother.
Anthony was older than I, a dragon hunter, who showed what a Pentagast could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it.
Това ми звучи познато, може би преди да сме
train me
питали.
in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died on me.
Но ще го слушаме. Как загина?
What happened?
A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them. He refused, and they killed him for it. In front of me. I begged the Chantry to let me become a Templar. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
Разбирам.
I think I understand how you felt.
At times I could not breathe. The rage nearly choked me. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of 3? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but he is not always kind.
I'll let you get back to work.
Is there anything you need?
Ти си Роман.
So, that book you were reading.
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
Просто е неочаквано.
It's just a little unexpected.
I don't need anyone picturing me mooning over stolen kisses.
Is that what you're doing? Mooning?
I will never hear the end of this, will I?
Не с варги нищо възика.
Dragon blood can change you in ways you will not expect.
How do you know that?
Dragon hunters were once revered in Navarra, and the Pentagasts were the most famous. Many of my family became reavers, harnessing the power of dragon's blood against their quarry. But each one went terribly insane in the end. Eventually it was forbidden.
Всички се побъркали?
They all went mad?
It was their own doing, I understand. Greed drove them to use more and more. The blood deformed them, caused growth, scales, things of that nature. They became enraged by little things. In time, that rage swallowed them. They committed murders, killed entire families, unspeakable things. Tales from hundreds of years ago, of course, likely exaggerated, but perhaps not entirely.
Това звучи... Това звучи ужасно, също време звучи готино, така че предпочитам да се наслаждавам на забраненото.
I like dabbling in the forbidden from time to time.
If anyone is a match for dragon's blood, it is you. I only suggest caution.
Имаш ли някакъв съвет?
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corythia searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage she hopes to gain, We need to stop him at once.
Искаш ли да бъдеш свещеница?
So, you're a candidate for divine now.
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why
Патриарш.
should what I want matter?
Щастието не е ли важно?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
Може би има друг начин.
There are other ways you can change things.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another.
Разкажи ми за лекуването на логотомията.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
Но ти ще разследваш.
But you are going to look into it.
That is my intent. I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Добре.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then. Hello again.
Добре, чао.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
С нея като говорихме с едно, говорихме с половината замък на ново.
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
Питай си го. Така, тук нямаме нищо, добре.
Unfortunate. Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam
Има
Shiral.
някакво проблем, чу там, или какво?
Always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Как са ни доставките на
How's it going?
провизии?
Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Добре, получихме още една задача. Затова е хубаво от време на време да обикаляме из замъка и да говорим с различни хора. Почти съм сигурен, че може да се говори с ковача. Но явно не може. Това е затвора. Да видим има ли някой тук, освен... О, има някой тук, бе.
No one to watch over, your worship. We either have many friends, or you've made short work of enemies.
Ексев?
I return, Inquisitor, as does the Inquisition.
Това е този с кои, за който търсех.
And there is a timer. Fearing that nugs carry the blight, Kirkwall declared the noxious vermin in 520 exalted. The extermination is known as...
Така. Използваме специала. Така, дюмат не е. Мил не е. Консун, Ейвайн, Дакюн. Не, тук не ми говорят нищо тези. Гуарен. Дакомон Nøk. Маферат. Тези по-скоро са имена. The Facts съм сигурен. Какво е? Ще пробваме с The Common Nøk. Но че съм сигурен.
I'll just guess Nug.
Incorrect. An unfortunate lapse into nonsense.
Common Nøk, да бе просто Nøk да кажем.
When I have time and the wind calls me.
Чай, сега ще го отдам, значи ще пробваме с The Facts.
I return, Inquisitor, as does the Inquisition. It begins now, and there is... Thedas encompasses many wonders. What is currently considered this land's largest city.
Значи по-скоро в специалите. Не мисля, че е някой от тия трите, значи или е Ривейн, въпреки че не вярвам. По-скоро Косман. Някакси по-така ми звучи. Добре. Пробваме се следващото. Тук ще ги научкаме нещата.
Chantry belief centers on the enigmatic maker and his bride. Name her traitorous husband.
Chantry belief... Maker and his bride. Name her traitorous husband. Това го знаем. Това го знаем. Това го знам определено. Само, че не е Ривей, не е Косуан, не е Дюмат, не е Декюн. Евентуално може да е това. Етермейл. Въпреки че съмнявам. Не е някой от тия двете. Маферат или Митраус. Митраус ми звучи познато. Минратус. Малко. Не мога ги оцеля, бе. Аз трябва да го също толкова питам. Да.
Thedas encompasses many wonders. What is currently considered this land's largest city.
Aha. This covers many wonders. What's currently considered the land's largest city. Може да е някой от тия трите. Това е някакъв кричър. Аз отговарям съвсем други въпроси тук. Често казвам, не знам кой е най-голям играта. Ти побъркали се, бе, брат. Ще пробваме с това с кричера. Тук яко научкаме.
It begins now, and fearing that nugs carry the blight, Kirkwall declared the noxious vermin in 520 exalted. The extermination is known
Прома ли е Ривейн? По-скоро не е Ривейн. Ще
The
пробвам.
land they call Ravane.
Това е най-вероятно за града. Окей.
lapse into non sequitur. I return. It begins. A blight is signaled by the rise of an archdemon, a corrupted old god. Nay, the archdemon.
Ние пробвахме с това. Ще пробваме с това.
I believe it is Minrathous.
Incorrect. An unfortunate lapse into non
Хубаво
sequitur.
не мога да отговорим. Днес нещо не мога да целим. Другото. Дали що ми се спи?
It begins. Fearing that nugs carry the blight, Kirkwall declared the noxious vermin in 520 exalted.
Какво пробвахме?
Extermination is known.
Тия двете ги пробвахме. Warren. The facts.
Is the answer the facts?
Incorrect. We will continue.
Поне не беше казал, поне не даваш отговора накрая.
I return. It begins. Thedas encompasses many wonders. What is currently considered this
Пробваме Ривейн.
largest city?
The land they call Ravane.
Incorrect. An unfortunate lapse into non sequitur.
What the fuck? Накрая ще оцелиме нещо.
It begins. Fearing that nugs carry the blight, Kirkwall declared the noxious vermin in 520 exalted. The extermination is known.
The Battle of Squealing Plains. Squeal е такова пис...
The Battle
Църкане.
of Squealing Plains. It is not spoken of in polite company.
Correct. Well played. We will continue when I have time and the wind calls.
Добре, от 1 милиардния път успяхме да научкаме. Боже, боже. От тук сме затворили останките на сестрата на Гаспард. Добре. Продължаваме вече почва наистина много да ми се спи. И по последния квиз то си пролича. Нали, Адам? Така.
Exciting, isn't it? Succession and you sure? Of course.
С кого ще остава да говорим? Остава да не говорим с Къвън. Блекол. Май с това. Къвън, Блекол и евентуално някой неочакван. Въпросът къде е Къвън?
If you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost. Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
По принцип да, него търсех, ама щом го няма. Чай, го изненадаме тук. Те, мога ли говоря?
Inquisition?
Farewell.
Не.
Make her be with you.
Мисля, му опитаме как се конекта, ама това всеки път може да си опитаме.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
Заповядайте. Много интересен и оживен разговор.
There were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day they found a dog, a wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up.
Нещастници.
Do you know what I did?
Не, няма откъде да знам.
I wasn't there. How should I know?
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
Бил си слаб.
The coward's way out.
It was. I knew it then, and I know it now. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Не позволяй това да те спре.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
From Haven's far
Така, тук има удивителен.
come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fortress strong and free. We There is an issue that you should address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Така. Отиваме сега да говорим с Кълън, защото колкото разбираме, той трябва да е тук. Някъде. Секунда, значи това е... Абе, имах аз спомен, че можем да говорим тук с ковача, ето тук в момента.
You asked for my opinion and I've given it.
Само, че
Why
не
would you
говорим с ковача.
expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
Да, ти трябва да наблюдаш.
Yes. He trusted your judgment on the matter.
He was not interested in my judgment today. Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Защо не е казал на мен?
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
Може да ме промени мисълта му.
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Отиваме да говорим с Кълън. Отиваме да говорим с Кълън.
Still waiting for your letter of marque or commendation or whatever?
Any day.
Всъщност, горе при него май не можехме да се телепортираме, така че трябва да се разходим. Мога да проверим всъщност. Тук не, тук... Не мога да се телепортираме горе. Съвсем скоро ще сложим край на този епизод. Леко ще биш темпора, Инквизитора.
Forgive me.
Говори сме. Печалата е наркоман, трябва да поговорим с него.
I never meant for this to interfere.
Знам това.
I believe you.
But whatever good it does, promises me nothing if I cannot keep them. You asked what happened to Ferelden's circle. It was taken over by abominations. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Разбирам.
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
Интересно и сложно. Без следа.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over, if you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right.
Въпреки че минали път го запазих чист, може би сега трябваше да го накарам да се възползва от лирима, който има. Добре. За да видим разликите. Че ми е интересно какво би било станало по-различно в играта, ако Кълън взима лирим срещу Кълън, който не взима лирим. То пич ще отстръгна.
The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Намери го.
Track him down. He's needed here.
Sister Leliana had us search the warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Добре. Така. С тебе нещо мога да си кажем, приятелю?
This is amazing. Convincing the keeper took work, but I'm so glad you managed.
Не, нищо интересно. Ами, добре. Отиваме си при масата, да видим как вървим с задачките. Трябва ли да изпращаме някой на някоя нова задача? Въобще съмнява се ми чак над 2 часа. Все пак да хвърлим един поглед. И тук ще си сложим едно сейвче, quick сейвче и ще приключим епизода. А пък в следващия, евентуално може би ще отидем да намерим Блекол. Всъщност не евентуално. Със сигурно ще отидем да намерим Блекол. Да видим как вървим. 52 минути след час. Всички трябва да им остават горе-долу толкова време, да изключим Джозефин.
Perhaps it was both.
Аха. Била щеза. Добре. Ами добре. Това ще е всичко този епизод, че е време вече да се спи. И така. Пожелавам всичко най-хубаво. Чао, чао и до нови срещи.